channel. My name's Enola. If you are new and you're just dropping by, then hello, it's nice to see you. If you are returning to this channel, then thank you. So today I just kind of wanted to do a little motivational speech sort of video just on a topic that I've kind of been thinking a lot about lately. That topic is breaking the rules of society, not letting society tell you how to be and what to do sort of thing. I feel like today is a very hectic kind of society. There's lots going on 24/7. Our minds tend to kind of race with everything else that's racing around us. So I thought it's sometimes nice to pause for a moment and kind of think about taking a few deep breaths and just kind of being and just letting life happen and not overthinking anything. I think a lot of people get caught up today in thinking they have to have hit something in their career, family life, relationships, and just general like personal progression at a certain age point. I just wanted to do a little motivational pep talk video today on how I kind of disagree with this. This is just my opinion, what I feel on the topic of breaking free of society's expectations, if you will. Being a performer, my lifestyle can sometimes be a little bit unpredictable, a little bit uncertain, and it can cause me to have a little bit of anxiety about where I'm at in terms of my age and like what I've done so far in life and then what's to come. And even though sometimes I like the unknown, it's sometimes also a very scary place. I have been a victim to kind of comparing my life to other people's and comparing like my lows to people's highs and vice versa and things like that. And I find that there's a lot of people that are in a similar boat to me who kind of fall into that trap of comparing or thinking that they should be at a certain point just because their friend is at a certain point, or maybe their parents were at this point when they were their age. And I've come to realise that it is okay to not be at the same point as everyone else. Generally speaking, I feel like society has labels and boxes on some things. For example, education system. So obviously you go to school, then you're kind of expected to go to college, and then kind of expected to go to higher education like university, get a degree, and then you will get qualifications to enable you to have a career in certain paths. And while I think this is good to have some kind of structure, I don't think people need to be too strict on themselves and think that they have to do this, 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 and this. The point of this video is kind of more to do with just being yourself and being on your own path and not having to listen to all the outside voices. Taking advice from people is great and it's good to hear different opinions, but you should always listen to yourself and what your heart is telling you. Do whatever you want to do. Be yourself. So today I also think that people live a little bit old-fashioned? I want to say old-fashioned. You should have a house by this age, be married by this age. There's a lot of beliefs still around those kind of steps. Do all this and then you can live your life and kind of feel like you've accomplished something. And I just tend to disagree with this. Like, there's a lot of people who live by these rules and I just think, why live by the rules? Okay, so age limits and what do they mean? I used to think that by certain ages I would have done certain things. When I was in school, in high school, I used to think, okay, I'm gonna go to college, then I'm gonna go to like drama school or uni, and by the age of 20, I'm gonna be in the industry, living my dream, and then by the time I'm like 25, I'm gonna be married, I'll be in like a solid financial state by then, blah, blah, blah. I literally used to live by this. Nowadays, it's taken me now, I'm 29, to kind of realize that age is just a number. It's true when your grandparents and parents say to you that you're only as old as you feel, age is just a number, age doesn't matter, and for the most part, it doesn't. Being a performer, I used to think that if I hadn't made the big time in my 20s, then it was a no-go, I should stick to my day job. I literally used to panic so much. But nowadays, I let myself breathe and just think, you know what, it doesn't matter if I'm in my 30s, my 40s, my 50s, if I'm still striving towards a dream and I'm that age, that's okay. You can literally change your life whenever you want. You could wake up one day and think, you know what? I want to change my whole career. If you want to do something, do it. Coming into my late 20s, I've thought, I've still got this, I've still got that, and I've tended to focus on the negatives rather than the positives. I should praise myself on how far I have come. All the things I've achieved in my life so far have been great. There was a podcast I listened to recently by the Mindset Mentor. You should all listen to him. He's called Rob Dial. He is amazing. Actually, my partner Sophia told me about him, so I can't take all the credit. He gives some really good motivational speeches. One really hit home with me when he said that basically people get to a certain age and then they just give up living in a way. Like, not actually give up living, but kind of just think, oh, you know what? I'm too old. Yeah, I've had half my life. Like, I'm fine. I've got this and I'm done now. And then he kind of made a point that the average person, these are not correct statistics, so bear with, but on average, roundabout, people live to like they're in their 80s, sometimes 90s, and he was basically saying that when people retire at like 50 or 60, they still have like a good 20 to 30 years left of their life. That is a big chunk of time. I think we get too caught up in rushing through life these days that we think we have to hit all these marks very early on in our 20s, in this 10-year gap of our 20s, because that's when we should start to get our life together. But I just disagree. I don't think it is. I think you could be 40 something and still trying to get your life together. You just need to listen to where your own path is taking you. And Rob Dial, I just thought it was great because I was like, oh my God, yeah, I'm like 29. I've probably got, I'm really bad at maths, but what, 70, 80? Let's say I lived to like 90, let's be optimistic. 60 years I have left, 61 to be exact. 61 years of life to do whatever I want. I always think that it doesn't really matter what you do at what age, this day and age. If you want to go out, for example, if you want to go clubbing when you're like 50 or 60, who's to tell you that you can't do that? There is literally no age limit or any kind of restriction on that kind of lifestyle. Don't let people around you or society tell you that that's not okay. I hear people who are literally still in their 20s saying that they are too old to go out drinking, too old to go out clubbing. Probably part of them still wants to do that, but because they think that society is telling them that they are too old to do that and they will be judged or looked at differently if they were to go out, that I'm afraid is a load of rubbish. We see all kinds of different ages of people out these days, and it's great to see that. It's great to see older people still going out and having the time of their lives, because why not? We are only on this planet once, and if you want to go out and have a good time, no one should ever make you feel like you can't do that. I just think life is about choice. It's about you choosing what you want to get out of it. If you have a friend that is literally going down a different path, don't compare yourself to that path. They're going to have completely different things happening in their life on a daily basis. They're going to have taken different directions. It's very hard for someone to grow parallel to someone else. So if you think back to when you were at school and you have a group of friends, you probably all have a similar mindset, if you've all got similar interests, and you probably all take a similar path. It's just inevitable that somewhere down the line, your paths are all going to branch off and you're all going to take different directions and do different things. I used to think about the negative side of things. I would look at some of my friends' lives and think, oh, okay, we did similar things at college and uni, but they're at this point and I'm at this point. Does that mean I failed? If I chose the wrong path, if I made the wrong decision, does that make me less of a person? Does that make me less worthy? I used to think really negatively about it, and now I just think, I don't care, because as long as I feel happy in what I'm doing, then that's okay. I used to feel the pressures of, oh my goodness, if I don't fulfill my dream by the time I'm 30, then that's going to be too late. I used to feel the pressures of, oh my God, what if I want to have a family, but I don't want it until my 30s, my late 30s, but then everyone else is having it in their 20s. Does that make me wrong? And I just want to take the time now to just say, stop. It don't matter about the social expectation. If you have a dream, pursue it. It takes a lot of courage to have a dream, and I feel like a lot of people this day and age have this great dream, but then because of the pressures of society, things happening around them, other people doing certain things, they crack under pressure and give up a dream. And there's that quote that's always like, there's like a picture, I'll try and put it on here if I find it. It's like someone digging in a mine, and they've been digging and digging and digging, and they're about to reach the treasure, but because they've been digging for so long and they're so bored of it, they've just given up because they feel like it's not going to happen. And I just think if something sets your soul on fire, if something is like a burning passion of yours and you really want to pursue it, and it doesn't matter what outside voices are saying, if you truly believe that that's what you are put on this earth to do, don't put down that act. Don't put it down, just keep going. Speaking from personal experience, again, as a performer, this is the only thing I can properly relate to, especially at my age now. Not that I think it's old in any way, but some people in society will think that it's quite old. I keep doing this, I'm really sorry, like, why do I keep doing this? There's often been times where people around me have kind of either hinted or straight out said that I should probably get a full-time job, kind of give up on chasing these dreams because they haven't quite happened yet. For the most part, they have in some ways, they haven't in others, so maybe you should kind of like lay it to rest and get a full-time job. No, I don't want to. Just because I have never in my entire life, I will hold my hands up now, never in my life have I ever had a full-time job, so I cannot tick that off society's tick list, but I don't care because I don't want a full-time job. If I get one, I pretty much am giving up on something I truly believe in. And that's just me, that's just my experience. But what I'm trying to say is, if you don't want that, don't let society tell you that that's what you should be doing in order to have some kind of achievement. Have your own personal tick list. That's what you should be ticking off. Goals that you set for yourself that you genuinely want to do. So I'm just trying to put a little message across there, literally embrace yourself for everything that you are. Gut feelings don't lie. If something doesn't sit well with you, if you don't agree with something, if it's something that you don't genuinely want to do, don't do it. You have choice in this life. I mean, if everyone had the exact same journey and everyone was doing the exact same thing, then the world would be quite a boring place, right? It's great to be unique. It's great to follow your own destinies and paths. It's about kind of seeing the beauty in everyone's journey as well as your own. And I know it's easier said than done because a lot of the time you naturally want to compare, you naturally want to feel negative because it's frustrating at times. You just have to persevere with training your mindset to focus on everything good in your life because there is so much good. Be that flamingo in the flock of pigeons, guys. So yeah, I just wanted to share this with the world today. I hope that you've taken something away from this little positive pep talk. Thanks for joining me again on my channel. If you've liked this video, give it a nice little thumbs up. Don't forget to click subscribe. I will be posting videos very frequently about musical theatre, lifestyle, deep chats and everything else. So yes, say bye, Winnie.